Hi, everybody. Just wanted to give a quick recap to all of you, especially if you have not been able to make it to some of the class meetings that we've held. Um, just a few things, a few updates that I might have talked about before, but just in case I haven't. The first off is about school closure. I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but in case you haven't heard about it yet, um, as of right now, schools have been closed until the end of April. So the 29th of April is the specific date. But my guess is that it's probably going to end up being longer than that. I know that we're kind of reevaluating every 2 weeks or so, and that deadline keeps getting extended. And I presume, based on things I've heard in the news, recommendations from medical experts talking about how we still need to stay inside, all that kind of thing. I'm presuming that it's going to extend beyond the end of the month. And so we're going to continue working under that assumption, um, and just kind of do the best we can, both doing work assignments on the computer, but also doing our best to stay connected with each other. Um, One of the things that I think can really help with that is to reach out. I'm going to be holding my office hours every Monday and Wednesday from 2 to 3. I know Mrs. Davis is going to be doing hers. Let me look really quick. She has office hours every Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 2 on Google Meet. So you can reach out to me. You can also reach out to her almost any day of the week. And we're also going to be having our class meetings on Thursdays or Fridays. I know next week it's going to be on a Thursday. So we can have that consistency of contact, and so we can still make sure we're doing the work we're supposed to, and also have those regular check-ins with each other to make sure that everybody's still doing okay. One of the things I wanted to talk about was with Google Classroom, which you can't really see as well behind me, but this is our class for the morning class anyway. Uh, Essentially the same setup for the PM class. I've rearranged some of the assignments in there, assignments and notices and things like that. So there are now three categories in Google Classroom. There is school closure updates and resources, or info and resources rather. And so that's things like links to how to get into the office hours, or how to access your BOCES files from home, how to get into the Remind app, and anything like that. Those are all directly in there so that you can access it at any time. Underneath that is the updates section where you'll find these videos, links to other updates that I get from superintendent, anything that I hear from the news that I think is relevant to us in school. So things like when the governor talked about recently the extension of school closures, or what will soon be up there is how the Broome County Executive has issued an order to have you stay in and only go out to stores and parks and things like that based on the year that you were born. If it's an odd number year, then you can go out on odd number days, that sort of thing. So any relevant updates like that, I will put up there as well, so you have that information available to you. And then the third section is the work section. That's where you're going to find all of our assignments that are due. Right now, I've been posting every single day, and that goes back to since the beginning of all this. So what we're going to do is continue having those up there, but since the third quarter is finished, we have a new quarter beginning. So any work from March 30th up until now is the fourth quarter. And so my recommendation would be to stick with focusing on those assignments. They're going to be right there for you in that work section. And they'll be updated every day. Once we move into new work, coming up in the week of the 20th, I'm going to be backing off a little bit in the number of assignments per week. But part of that is that it's going to take you a little bit more work to do. So if we have an assignment on Mondays, it might be an assignment that'll take you a couple days to work on. And so it'll be do it on Monday, it'll be due on Wednesday. And then I'll have a new assignment on Wednesday that will be due on Friday or something like that. So it'll be a little bit less number-wise, but it might take a little extra work to do. But that's all going to be coming, and I'll explain all that when we get there. The only other couple of things that I wanted to mention was that, as we're going through all this, again, I'm always available for you. Anybody that's been reaching out to me through Remind knows that, I'm available almost any time of the day. I always have my phone with me. I've been in touch with parents. I've been in touch with students. And I've gotten texts all times of the day, and I check it all the time. So if you have an email, you want to send me an email, you want to send me something through Remind, comments on Google Classroom, I'm constantly aware of those. So please reach out. Let me know if there's anything I can do. Last thing is, over the next week or so, I'm going to be still posting some things like ACA study guide stuff for the Photoshop exam, along with some other assignments and that sort of thing. I don't have a specific set of guidance yet about whether or not we're going to be taking the ACA exam. Sorry about that. My dog's over there just coughing, and you hear my other one maybe in the background barking. It's the nature of this now. But I don't know if we're going to be taking the ACA exam this year. I don't have any guidance about that yet because I think we're all still kind of taking it one day at a time. I do know that Regents exams have been canceled for June, and that any student that is passing the class that has a Regents exam tied to it by the end of the school year, they will get Regents credit for that without taking the exam. So seniors especially, that's good news for you. You don't have to worry about that being a factor in graduation. Everybody else, that's a good thing too. You don't have to stress about that for if we do come back during the school year, that's not going to be waiting for you at the other end. Okay, so I assume that if we don't come back, we're not going to take the ACA exam, but I still want you guys working on those study guides, at least over the next week or so, so that on the off chance that we do come back, that might be an option for you. And juniors, if you don't take it this year, don't worry, you can take it next year. It's going to be no problem. That's it from me. If you have questions, reach out, please. I'll be around. I'm going to be also reaching out as best as I can to everybody to try and check in with you. For those that celebrate Easter this weekend, I hope you have a great Easter. For everybody, though, I hope it's just a good weekend. I know it's been a stressful few weeks all around. Take some time this weekend to kind of not even think about school. Just de-stress, decompress, do something fun, do something creative, and just try and get your head back to some sort of clarity. I know tomorrow is our show and tell. That's the assignment. So think about what you've been creating these last few weeks and send a picture, video, link, whatever, so that we can share that with everybody else and see what everybody's been up to. I'm going to do a tutorial video for you guys as a show and tell. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I'll post that tomorrow so that you guys can see a little bit of what, not necessarily what I've been working on, but something creative. So anyway, have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.